Greeting, vampires, werewolves, and all other nocturnal beings. Welcome to Tiddies By Night, a Vampire the Masquerade actual play run entirely by creatures of marginalized genders and presented by Tabletop Tiddies. This is our Season 1 epilogue. Everyone make some noises. Those were a collection of noises. Good job.
Emotions.
My name is Kelly. My pronouns are they, them, and I will be your storyteller for tonight. But before we get into the episode, we would like to acknowledge the colonial history of Canada and how Canada has and continues to take from Indigenous people. The effects of colonization are still felt to this day, and we acknowledge that this episode is being recorded on the stolen lands of the Secwepemc, Semiahmoo, Katzie, Kwantlen, Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, and Coast Salish First Nations. If you would like to know more about the effects of colonization and support some Indigenous charities and organizations, you can go to the resources page on our website at tabletoptiddies.com/resources. It's very obvious how many S's there are in that entire spiel whilst wearing vampire fangs. But with me, I am joined by the investigators of the occult and unusual.
Yay! Hello, my name is Emily Matchette. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Imogen Wright, the Salubri, whose pronouns are also she, her. Vampire fangs. It's gonna be great.
Hi, everybody. I'm Charlene Bear. I go by Char. My pronouns are she, they, and I play Octavia Miller, the Tremere, whose pronouns are she, her. And of course, joined by my lovely dog, Prophet, he, him.
And of course, once again, Streamlabs has decided to use the old image. So Smith is here for, the character screen.
Hey everybody, my name is Rachel Theilade. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Evelyn Stormloft, the Nosferatu, whose pronouns are also she, her.
And today we are using Sirenscape to help make our stream more atmospheric. It allows us to have background music, any stingers, or our lovely sires, Shane Easton and Nora Ibrahim. Thank you so much for allowing us to use your beautiful voices in our show. And also, if you were here earlier, you saw in our pre-show slideshow some fantastic new art that we got. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much to Vampy McVamperson. They are, I wrote it down, at _McVamperson on Instagram, and they drew a lovely scene of us when we were visiting the Opera House for the first time to see the Lees. Thank you so much, Vampy.
Memories.
Good times. Simpler
Fuck
times.
the Lees.
Fuck the Lees.
Before we had a rivalry. We're going to do a nice little Twitch shout out to our friends over on Dork Tales today. Dork Tales is the home of fantastic stories and epic friendships told by a passionate cabal of creatives from the Pacific Northwest. They're a story-first, fun-focused group that strives to provide a welcoming, inclusive, supportive, and accessible experience for die-hard fans and casual viewers alike. Their lineup includes official and original Dungeons & Dragons adventures, including their homebrew setting Yelos, Land of the Wandering Gods, as well as Cyberpunk Red, and World of Darkness Mage the Ascension, with it's set in the Victorian era as well, with full costuming and an all-fam cast. To join the party, visit twitch.tv/dorktales for live episodes and VODs, or you can check their backlog at youtube.com/dorktales.
Yay! So as I said, this is the epilogue of Season 1, which means that we're gonna clean some stuff up a little bit and take a little peek into everybody's unlives. What we're going to do in a few minutes is each of the three players are gonna have their own little private scene with me, so the other two get to just hang out and drink in the background and no one gets to see them, and basically chill as I torture everybody else. Possible.
I'm ready, guys.
Yeah, poor Evelyn.
Yeah. Oh man. Possible triggers for this episode: disregard for human lives, deceased relatives, religion, and general vampire stuff: cannibalism, blood, gore, all those things. If any of that bothers you, feel free to skip ahead or skip this episode entirely. In Season 2, we'll have a last time on that will tell you everything you missed. And safety is our priority. And if nobody has anything else, I will begin.
I'm scared.
Previously on Tiddies by Night, the coterie took their unpaid intern Raz on a few smaller cases, the first being a happy family that moved into a new home only to discover they were getting sick from being inside. Thinking it was cursed, they hired the IOU, who discovered that the curse had been attempted, but not against the family. The parts involved had rotted inside the wall and were filling the family's lungs with mold. The next case involves sacrifices being performed in a rundown hostel, a fact that Erasmus was already aware of. The group arrived, and through stealth and psychic means, they uncovered a pit in the basement. It was revealed that the owner of the hostel had been sacrificing guests to an ancient vampire who was performing a ritual, but the owner fell in and began to starve. They ate the hostel owner and staked the vampire for pickup, and enlisted the client as the new owner of the hostel. Back at the IOU, the crew were preparing for another case when they were visited by a rich hunter named Leon, not that Leon, who needed his cabin cleansed of evil. Raz and Evelyn quickly ghouled him, and the coterie made an attempt to cleanse his cabin. Unfortunately, they were not lucky and left the case for another day. Leading up to the epilogue, each kindred had their own little vignette. Octavia was visited by Sam the Newsie, who enlisted her to contact their deceased father. During the seance, Octavia was accosted by the spirit she had left in the Shadowlands, as well as a message from her still alive father, who claims her mother is looking for her. Raz also requested Octavia's aid in looking for something that had been misplaced, their heart. Octavia was able to locate it in the clutches of a thief hired by a man named Nikolai. Meanwhile, Imogen was asked out on a date by Travis, who took her to see the latest in entertainment, a moving picture show. Oh my God. The night went well, and on their way back to the IOU, they were attacked by thugs. Imogen managed to calm them down long enough for Evelyn, who was spying on the date along with Raz and Octavia, to pull one of the men into the alleyway. Finally, we saw Evelyn invited into a grand carriage where she was met by Melinda Lee as well as the current harpy of the Camarilla. We left with the words, I think it's about time we settle this little feud. Only one of us can be the harpy, and by the end of the night, I dare say it will be me, as the carriage drove off into the night. But we are going to start with Octavia. So everyone say goodbye to Evelyn and Imogen. Bye. Bye. All right, now that they're gone, just tell me how much you hate them.
Yeah, those bitches.
Octavia, you are inside of the IOU right now. It has been a indeterminate amount of nights. These epilogues are going to happen outside of time and space. And Sam has returned sometime since your first seance. And they sort of, they tell you, Miss Octavia, I've returned. I brought something that might help.
Oh, excellent. Yes, I do have some news for you as well. I was actually wondering if I could use your services.
Sure. Anything for you.
Well, you see, I know that this may take us a few tries, especially with the difficulty that I've been having on my own with the spirits of the Shadowlands. But, my darling, if that is something that would require us to have multiple sessions, I don't think that it would be fair to have you be paying for each one. But if you could be my eyes and ears out on the street, a bit more under the table, then I do have a place that would actually be able to room and board you, if that would be something you'd be willing to work for.
You hear Sam kind of like scuttle and kick their feet a little bit. I mean, that would be incredible. To be honest, Mum, the places that I've been staying have been pretty run down, so Anything would be better?
This one just got new owners, quite top notch. And Octavia will like go into her satchel and take out like a flyer for the hostel. And I assume it has like a little map that's like drawn on it, so Sam would know where to go without needing to read.
Or an address. I imagine somebody who lives out on the street would probably know addresses. And they kind of like take it from you and say, "Oh wow, do I just mention your name, or are they expecting
They'll
me?"
be expecting you. Yes, I've put a good word in.
All right. Thank you. This is incredible. And of
The
course
least I could do.
I have something, well, not for you, but for Prophet at least. And you hear Sam like run up to Prophet, and Prophet like eagerly munching on something. Well, anyways, as I said,
I knew he always loved it when you came by.
I mean, I hope it's fine. It seems to be getting quite big.
Yes, very fierce, this prophet of mine. But enough about me. Please, follow me, and I'll gesture them to my room.
And they will follow you back into the reading room.
Now, you said that you had something for me, something to help ease us along.
Yes. I actually went, well, about a year ago, I'd pawned probably the last thing I had left of my father, but I managed to get it back. It's an old pocket watch. It doesn't really run too well anymore, but I figured it's something connected to him. He was always wearing it before, you know.
Of course, yes. And I'll put my hands forward. This is the most excellent type of object that will help us along with finding perhaps this spirit.
Kind of like you hear the chain clatter and pocket watch is put into your palm. You can immediately upon feeling it, you can feel like the internal mechanisms aren't running. There's not like the ticking or anything of the clock innards.
Mm-hmm. As I throughout the scene, can I also be like B-plot trying to fix this pocket watch so that when I give it back to them, it's functioning?
Sure. You're just kind of like absent-mindedly
I'll be like fiddling
it.
with it while I do my seance,
making it look like you're doing psychic stuff. For sure.
Taking out like some needles and whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure that Sam is not aware of how like psychic stuff works, so probably isn't too like keen on the fact that you're just legit fixing their watch. But you said that you think this will work?
I am hopeful.
All right. So same as last time?
Yes, perhaps we need a bit more privacy. Would you mind drawing the curtains for me?
Of course. And you hear the like shh of the curtains sliding.
Excellent. And we'll try 3 candles this time. There should be a triangle engraved in the wooden table in the center of the room. Would you mind placing one at each tip of that triangle for me?
All right. This seems a bit Satan-y.
Oh, no, darling. Don't worry. This is just an anchor for me here in this room as well as the beyond.
All right. One moment, and you hear the candles being slotted in and a match being lit as they light the 3 candles. Are you all right?
Yes. I always get a little bit jumpy around flames, even if I can't see them.
All right.
Now, you sit at one end of the triangle, I'll sit at another, and perhaps your father may join us at the other.
All right. Well, if it doesn't work, again, this was sort of a long shot, and I don't want to... I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up, I suppose.
Sam, just relax and breathe with me, and I'll make a show of, like, rising and falling my chest. It will work best if we are connected spiritually and anchored to the floor. Place your feet firmly flat underneath you, and let us count to 3 together. and hold hands.
All right. 1,
2,
2,
3.
3. And as you hit 3, you sort of pass out of your body into that void space of your premonitions. And you can feel this time Sam sort of like drifting in with you. And you hear like I've gone, I can't see anything. Where are we?
We are in what I call the Shadowlands, my dear. This is where we will begin our search.
Oh, all right. And this happens every time?
Most of the time, yes, darling. If I'm looking for a lost soul, this is where I go.
I see someone.
Excellent. Please describe them to me.
I don't know. They look older. It's an old man. Not gray. Not like an elder. He's got an unkempt beard. He looks like he hasn't shaven in quite a while. Disheveled. He's got a fairly ostentatious pinstripe suit. Looks like one of those merchants you see driving around with the carts selling snake oil.
Does it sound... what color is the hair?
It's dark, but it's tinted a bit. To be honest, it kind of looks like your hair.
I thought so. Please, let's go and see this man.
He's just staring at us.
Don't be afraid. Walk with me.
And you hear just like the echoes of walking through this darkness as Sam is sort of like pulling you forward. He's not really moving. He's just staring directly at us. He seems alive, I suppose.
Dad.
Octavia.
What are you doing here?
She's looking for you, Octavia.
Yes, I know, but I'm looking for someone else right now. I'm trying to help out a dear friend of mine. Could you be of some assistance?
She's so far. I can't hear her anymore.
Why are you here? Why didn't you ask for my help? Why are you doing this on your own?
I thought I could find her.
Listen, come to the IOU. I'll be able to help you. We can work on this together. I want to find Mom.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
Get out of here.
Didn't you tether yourself?
It's so cold.
I want to reach out to touch my dad.
As you do, your hand, you feel like a density in the air, but it sort of passes through. But your hand sort of like brushes up against something that is icy cold. Your fingers sort of like freeze as you touch it. He's holding something. It's like a veil or something.
Would I know what that is?
Give me a intelligence and occult.
Okay.
Because this is very much a thing that I need to see if you would know.
2 tens.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes.
It's not something that you immediately know of, but through the description and sort of like the feeling you get, you almost feel that like it's almost like an anchor to the Shadowlands. Where you are right now isn't so much the Shadowlands itself. It's sort of your like premonition space where you'll pull visions towards you. But feeling this thing sort of floating in the air, where your dad is holding it, the chill reminds you of the draining feeling that you felt when you walked into the Shadowlands.
Dad, are you aware of what you're holding?
They said if I could find it, I could find her. But it's cold, and it's trapped me in this place. The others are gone. They left.
The others?
My team.
This is not good. I really think you should take a step back. Regroup and try again.
I feel closer to her, but I still can't find her.
I want to try and sever my dad's connection, try and force my dad to be out of this area and back into his body, if I can.
As you push, you feel blocked. You get the sense that your dad is able to be here because you're able to connect to him and draw the vision towards you. But as you try to project outwards, the connection seems very much physically blocked, something is up to prevent you from making contact.
Okay. Dad, I will find you. Stay where you are. Try and find some sense of warmth. I won't leave you here. I just need help. I can't do this alone.
You remind me so much of her. I need to find her. And as he says that, the vision sort of fades, and you find yourself in the darkness again. You feel still the pocket watch that you've been given, but where normally you would feel a connection to the spirits you're trying to seance with, you feel that this pocket watch isn't connected to anyone on the material plane, but also very specifically isn't connected to anyone in the Shadowlands.
What the heck?
I
don't say that out loud. I'm just what is up with this?
Even the most mundane item would have some sort of sense to it, and this just doesn't have any sort of connection. Sam sort of speaks up and says, "What did you? I mean, if that's your dad, did you find mine? I guess."
Sam, I'm not. I hesitate. And then before I answer, I would like to try and see if this is really Sam or not. What have you gotten me into?
Yeah, without a roll, I'll say 100% you can feel that this is Sam.
Oh, then it's so fucking sad. Do I say I don't know? Oh, man. All right. I haven't... Usually, an item of the deceased will allow me to strengthen my connection. But unfortunately, this time, it doesn't seem to have worked. But not to worry, we have many other strategies that we can attempt.
All right. Well...
While we're here, perhaps attempt to call out to your father.
Do I just call out his name or
whatever
just say
you would
Dad?
call him?
Dad?
And I'll try and hold their hand tightly in mine.
Dad, are you there? It's Sam. Just trying to talk, I guess. His name's Lewis. And the moment Sam says that name, you feel Sam's body go limp and basically weigh you down.
I'll try and catch them.
And you're sort of holding Sam now by the arms, and they're breathing very steadily, and you can hear just a faint snore coming out of them, as it seems that they haven't so much passed out, but are now falling asleep.
Lewis? I'll give the pocket watch to Prophet, and I'll tell Prophet, do you think you can find this person?
The shadow tendrils reach out and grab the pocket watch.
It may be a bit of a journey for us, as I'm not feeling any connection here, but I do want to try.
And Prophet starts to trot out into the darkness. As
okay,
you're
can I leash him before he runs off?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Prophet disappears
I don't have
into the
anyone that can
shadows
see.
frequently. And you hear Sam sort of in their sleep say, "Dad, I didn't think I would see you again. I don't know what this place is. It's weird. Well, all right. I guess I could come with you."
I'll whisper in their ear, it's very important to stay connected to our world. Stay with me, Sam.
Oh, but all right. Yeah. Okay. And you feel Sam sort of wake up again. And as they do, you feel this weird tingling sensation coming out of them. Something that you've definitely never felt before. And it sort of builds up, almost like Sam's body is vibrating a bit, but it's that numb tingling feeling you get when your hands are stopping from falling asleep. And then it suddenly stops. And you're pulled out of the premonition and sort of sitting still in the reading room. And Sam seems fine. I saw him.
Yes, I heard you begin a connection there.
He says that he's not in the Shadowlands.
Where did he say he was?
He said I could just find him by dreaming.
Was your dad someone who ran on a similar schedule like I do? More of an evening person, a night owl?
I don't know. I didn't know him too much growing up, but he was gone a lot. I'd seen him in the day. He was a weird fellow, but no.
Would I know? My first thought was is he a Malkavian stuck in the dream space? Is there something I would know? Any other? Have I heard of something like this before?
I think Octavia would have. Octavia's more connected to the spirit worlds, so you know of the Shadowlands and wraiths and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say that you definitely heard of another other realms, one in particular called the Dreaming, and you know that this is where sprites and fairies and stuff go.
Very interesting. Your father may be in what I call the Dreaming.
I have to go to sleep?
Well, it's something that you actually are much more inclined to have a connection to due to your age. A lot of adults lose their connection to the dreaming, to that side of our world, if you will. This is something that this is excellent. Quite a breakthrough for us, and very, very helpful in a sense that now I know what direction to go in to help us gain more of a connection with your dad. But yes, if you do want to ever see him, I don't caution you about dreaming about your dad, but do make sure that you stay anchored wherever you are. If you would like to dream and see your father, I would rather it be while I am in the room.
I don't know if I can really... I don't know if I can stop dreaming. It's a strange request.
Have you heard of lucid dreaming?
No?
It's a practice that people can actually get very good at, where they control what they see and do and feel in their dreams. This is something that you can do when you're trying to see your dad. And I myself am not very practiced in it, but I know someone who might be able to help us.
All right. Maybe another night. I'm a little tired.
Yes, of course. Do get some rest. Go to the hostel, and they should have an evening meal prepared for you.
Thank you. I have a bit more hope leaving now.
Yes, I should say, your dad is not in the Shadowlands. Your father is not deceased, Sam.
What?
If they're in the dreaming, if they're in that world, there's a very good chance you'll see them again.
I have to go. And Sam, you hear Sam get out of the chair and just kind of leave.
Okay. I try to comfort them with my motherly aura.
Hey, your dad, who's been dead for a few years, might not be dead.
Sorry.
You also notice that you don't have the pocket watch anymore, and Prophet is still...
Damn it! Are you kidding me? Fuck.
Might come back. Did you have anything else that you wish to do?
Yeah, I don't know if I can go alone now because I don't have my guide dog, but I wanted
An
to...
ambiguous amount of time will pass. Prophet will come back, but you told Prophet to go.
Yeah. The other thing I did want to do was go, especially now, go to speak to the Giovannis and see if I can build a rapport with them to help me with this whole ghostly issue.
All right. We will jump ahead then.
Okay.
So the Giovanni have been relatively quiet lately. Specifically haven't been talking to you guys. And since in the wake of the doll have sort of been laying low and whatnot. But I will say that you are able through just genuine neighborliness to get a meeting with Valentina Giovanni. And we're going to cut ahead to their sort of meeting room where there's a little bit of hostility still, a little bit of awkwardness there. But she's been so gracious to allow this meeting.
And I have Prophet with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Prophet did in fact bring the pocket watch back. It was just a pupper went on a mission.
Yeah. We can deal with that another time. But Valentina, thank you so, so much for taking the time to speak with me this evening. I feel like our coteries have quite simply gotten off on the worst possible footing that we could have had. And I'm here to make amends.
Wouldn't give yourself that much credit. I have lived a long time. People have definitely done worse, but continue. I do appreciate the groveling.
Well, there we go. Thank you so much. I'm very happy to hear it. I keep being told by everyone in this town, it seems, how young I am, and I do appreciate it. So kind of you. But I am here to see if we can find some sort of partnership. I, quite frankly, am in great need of your assistance, and I believe that I can be of quite a service to you as well.
Octavia, I believe the last time that I had made a partnership with you, I was promised a certain artifact that had gone missing, that my daughter had unfortunately lost her life trying to claim for our family. But
Yes.
I am curious. You amuse me. You're... Most people who venture into the Shadowlands, especially as you said, one as young as yourself, are generally quite phased, and one would not come seeking someone who brought them there so willingly. So, let's call the whole dull incident bygones, shall we? As you have piqued my interest as to why you would return.
Excellent. Thank you. Well, then I might as well cut to the chase. I am here because for two reasons. One, when we were last in the Shadowlands, I did quite a misstep in that many of the spirits that I call my dear friends have been trapped there, and I require your assistance in aiding them to be back where they belong in the IOU. The other thing that I do require assistance with is searching for a particular spirit, and perhaps a living soul that may also be trapped inside the Shadowlands. My mother and father. My father being alive and my mother being long deceased.
Oh. So... So noble. Not only were the deceased of your coterie cleansed, but you now wish to get them back out of some strange... naivete that they belong here?
These wraiths are quite a, I can't really explain how they have affected us in that they are a huge part of our business and our family.
Ah, so it's mostly aesthetics then. Interesting.
Not what I fucking said at all, but sure. I don't say anything.
And then the second half of your request is that I resurrect your parents?
I need assistance finding them. My father seems to have, unbeknownst to me, made it his lifelong goal to make contact with her. Without coming to me, he's holding what I think is her veil? Her wedding veil? I'm not sure. But I couldn't actually... I found him, but I couldn't make contact, making me think that he was much deeper on the other side than I anticipated.
Like father, like daughter, it seems. Well, what you ask is not outside of the realm of possibility, especially for one such as myself. You are wise to come to me. What I ask is, what exactly do you have to offer me?
Well, I was very forthcoming. I do have quite a bit of abilities that could be at your service. I am quite good at making connections to the other side, of seeing things that aren't necessarily there. And I do say seeing with a bit of, well, you know.
Of course.
And I would say that I could be out of your services for 3 evenings.
Might I ask you something?
By all means.
Your companion here. Don't worry, I'm not going to try to take him. I am curious, however, how one such as yourself has managed to form a bond with a black dog.
Well, we've been together almost, seems, forever. I would say it's similar to that of a ghoul, but honestly, it's not.
I dare say this is far beyond that. Your Your creature is reminiscent of the black shuck. However, it is, I would almost say, docile, a companion, much more in line with Gert, I would say.
And he goes wherever I go, so if you are interested in what... I believe you've seen some of the things he has done, so it would be the pair of us.
Well, you may be young, but I assume that you know how business is done amongst the kindred. We may not be part of the Camarilla, but that doesn't mean that we can't make a fair deal. I have not yet decided what it is that I need from you, but what I'm hearing is that you're essentially offering 3 boons to myself.
Yes, 3 minor boons.
It's a shame. It would have been easy to get those spirits back, but alas, I seem to have lost interest.
I activate awe. And I have 3 points in fame because I'm an oracle, bitch! Really? I thought you would have been interested in exploring the other side together.
Tell you
Seeing
what.
the sights.
As I've said before, you entertain me. For the time being, 3 minor boons. But we do live long, don't we?
Meaning?
Meaning I'm sure that a deal could be made in the future to extend our relationship.
Oh, I'm very forthcoming about my interest in acquiring many business partnerships.
It's almost a shame that Vanessa got to you so soon.
I try not to react to that.
And we're going to leave off with you making a deal with the Giovanni to help you
Crushed it. Okay.
get the souls back to the IOU and also find the location of your parents, as well as uncovering a bit more of Sam's secrets. And we are going to move to Imogen. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to the hot seat.
Okay.
Imogen.
Yes.
First, I think you can jack up your audio just a little more audio.
Oh, because I'm on the other thing. Hold up.
Yeah, no
Please
worries.
Hold.
Tech
Cause
issue.
I'm on a ton of different. How's that?
He'll give me time to drink. Say words again.
Hello.
Yeah, it
My
sounds
name is Emily Matchette. There we go. Amazing.
I have a few questions for you, Imogen.
Okay.
First off, how much of your aunt's journal on her journey through Golconda and learning more about the Salubri have you read so far?
I think I'm reading it every chance I get. However, I think Imogen gets very bored with reading very quickly.
That's fair. It's also incredibly
So,
dense, too.
It's maybe like a half a page at a time before she goes to bed
Yeah, that's
every
fair.
morning. Like, it's questionable.
There's also some parts that are like in like, is it Gaelic? Is Gaelic Irish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
There's like earlier parts of the journal and maybe parts that she doesn't want people really to read that are in Gaelic, which you like understand a bit, but it's really like meaty.
Right.
So essentially what you've discovered is that the like overlay of Golconda is be nice and you could cleanse your soul and become human again. That's the
Right.
that's the cliff notes of it. The more complicated things that probably bore Imogen is like finding people in like ancient mountains that have been researching this their whole life, like doing rituals of the self and soul and meditation and like, you know, really self-discovery. And the real annoying part about Golconda is it's not a sliding scale. It's not like you can feel yourself getting there. It's like a moment of enlightenment. So you're just going to feel like you're not doing anything for a long, long time. Yeah, fun stuff like that. On the plus side, now that spring is coming closer, a lot of your flowers have started to rebloom.
Oh, yay.
Your moonflower has been thriving, especially during the winter months. And a few of the ones that your aunt sent you from Montreal are also doing quite well.
Yay.
My other question is, have you informed the neighborhood that the doll has been found?
Oh, no, I completely forgot. Me, Emily, and also Imogen.
Then we're going to have Imogen in the IOU right now, sort of tending to her garden, when a local shop owner comes to the door and sort of like timidly looks in, like they've never been here before and they're not quite sure that they got the right place. Hello?
Hello?
Miss White, are you in there?
Yes, that's me.
Oh, hi.
It's lovely to meet you. What's your name?
My name is Seamus. I run the shop down the street. A bunch of us have been looking for that doll of yours, but we kind of as a community realized that we should probably let you know since you were sort of spearheading the whole thing.
Right. The doll.
Listen, miss, it was sort of like a holiday thing, like we all banded
Right.
together for the spirit of it. We've been trying to find it, but we haven't had any luck lately.
You know, that's all right. I appreciate the help, but it's all right. We'll call off the search. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
I was mostly coming here to tell you that we already had. As I said, the spirit of the holiday sort of
Right.
passed, and as we got back in. What do you lot do around? I've seen this shop. What do you sell? Make something? Are you?
Well, we investigate the occult and unusual.
You can see just like immediately like wide-eyed like fear of God. The occult, you say?
Well, the occult's not really my thing, but it's more Octavia's.
All right.
And then Evelyn's more the unusual. I don't really know how I contribute here, but I'm here.
Are you in?
I help clean.
Are you okay? They got you in some sort of cult?
No,
Do you need help?
not at all.
Listen, I don't want to get in the middle of it, but having some occult business in the middle of the neighborhood kind of makes me a little bit strange. I think I'm gonna probably go.
Sure.
Uh,
If you ever need any help with ghosts or anything, you can stop on by and we can help you out, though. And she just flashes like the biggest smile.
I mean, I deal with ghosts the way we all do, at the bottom of a bottle. But you just
Each their own, I guess.
and then just like backs away, and you can see clearly through the window doing like the cross on his chest.
Have a lovely night.
I sort of walks away. It's about this time that Travis, who was doing some business in the back, kind of comes to the front and he says, did I miss someone? I think I heard the bell, but I was busy.
You know, I had some flyers up while we were missing Marguerite's doll, and I completely forgot to tell people that we had found it.
Oh, yeah.
So they were just asking about it, and I said we can call off the search, and then they said that they've already called off the search, and it wasn't too bad. And then he seemed a little uncomfortable about being in somewhere that was about the occult and unusual, so I tried to ease his mind a little bit.
Yeah, to be honest, when I started working here, my mom, as I said, my mom and my aunt are big fans of Miss Octavia's, but I think that the whole occult thing, it's a pretty religious area. It seems a little strange to plaster that up on the sign.
She shrugs. I didn't choose where the building was, so.
That's fair. All right, whatever. A lot of the cases I cannot get out of this accent. I forgot my British trigger word. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just defaulting to Kelly voice now. Hater. Oh, hater. No, that's Canadian. I can either do Irish in it. I'm just going to talk normal for a little bit.
That's fine.
I was wondering, did you have a good time the other night? I know that the thugs at the end kind of ruined it a little bit, but
I thought it was rather exciting.
Well, you're not like the other girls, are you?
No.
I'm not gonna give you a absolutely pure
Here's the
nugget
thing.
boy.
Here's the thing. Emily grimace. Imogen swoon.
It's a world of darkness, remember?
Emily's like, ugh. Imogen's like, oh, that's very nice of you to say. I guess I'm not.
I mean, you took that hit like a champ.
Well, I had a lot of siblings growing up, and we used to fight. And do you have any siblings?
No. Our family was not that well off, so kind of just.
Were we? But we were Irish Catholics.
That's fair. We had a very small home. We kind of decided. I think my parents decided one kid filled the place up just enough,
It's fair, I guess.
So you're Catholic then?
I am.
I'm not good at this. Would you? I would love to go to the church sometime with you. If you would like company. Just kind of fully not looking at you at this point.
Sure.
All right.
Wait, are you Catholic, or are you just asking to come along to see what it's like? Narrows eyes.
Not Catholic, but it's. We don't have to tell my parents, I suppose.
Oh, shit. Are you a Protestant? It's not gonna be good. This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be real bad.
We can get a drink after, I suppose, if things go a little south.
Okay. What? Go south?
Things go bad. Things get hairy. Things get a little bit dicey.
Well, I mean, on the first time we went out, we got mugged, so I don't see how it could get much worse than that.
That's true. Everything kind of is going to go up from there, I suppose.
You set the bar low, and then you're never disappointed.
All right. Do you have a day that you prefer to go?
I actually like the late night.
Yeah.
Because of, the crowds are a little bit less.
I thought more ghost stuff happened then.
She doesn't get the joke. She just kind of stares blankly, not knowing what's happening.
Then we're going to jump ahead to St. Mary Moorfields some night later. Travis has dressed up as best he can. It's honestly just the suit that he wore when he was working for Henrietta. So it's a little bit tight, kind of doesn't go all the way down to the wrists or
Oh no.
leaves a little sock action visible.
Got a little bit of a growth spurt. Poor boy.
I mean, Henrietta went through a lot of servants, so. And yeah, you get there. Once again, it's a pretty small congregation this late at night. You notice specifically that the spot that you had like plastered up the looking for Marguerite's doll has been kind of like covered with a bunch of other stuff, and it very much seems that while people were very willing to help you for a while, the moment has passed.
It's fine.
And as you're sort of like sitting in the pews, Father Paul is going to come up to you and sort of sits next to you and says, one sec, I'm trying. In it was the trigger word? I don't know, whatever, fuck it. We're just going to go ahead with it. I'm just going to do a deeper voice for him.
That's okay.
Hello there, my child. It's been a while since you've been here.
Oh, well, I try to come as much as I can, but, sometimes life just gets a little bit busy.
I wanted to...
Searching for dolls and such.
I wanted to talk about Christmas.
Right.
That's
a while ago now, isn't it?
Hey, I haven't seen you around here. Travis, sir, father, I just go to a different church. Father Paul.
I'm like mouthing behind.
Kind of just like Travis is doing that thing where like just nodding too much, like borderline almost, just like doing this over and over again. Do you want to talk in private, my child?
Well, Travis actually has been working for us at the IOU, so. Actually, yeah, maybe private might be better. Travis, we'll be right back. Don't worry.
All right. Just bows his head. And Father Paul is actually going to like lead you back to the door that led down into where the Inquisitors were murdered, but sort of just like stop you there. What happened here was a tragedy. I'm sorry that I couldn't talk to you directly after it happened, but we found bodies down there. And I know that a few of the nurses, or not nurses, a few of the nuns saw you go down there. And I just wanted to know what had happened. I would like to hear it from your lips.
It's all a bit fuzzy. It happened very fast, and it was quite some time ago.
Quite some time ago. 2 men were murdered down there, and it's left your mind. Something like 2 men dying right in front of you doesn't leave an imprint on your memory. I've been a bit... Would you come with me? You'll be safe,
Sure.
Don't worry.
Okay. And at this point, though, I'd also like to remind you that I have sanctity as a merit that creates a halo effect, and everyone considers me pure and innocent. I have a saint-like quality.
I'm
that's hard to pinpoint.
I'm well aware.
Cannot be denied.
He leads you down into the rectory and offers you a seat, and sort of like you see him like move shelves forward a little bit, reaches into the wall, and you can sort of see like an indent that has been carved out in the stonework, and just pulls out a bottle of whiskey, and like slips out 2 tumblers as well.
Hold up, pause. He's pulling out whiskey?
Hell yes. Irish whiskey.
Oh, no. Imogen's throwing up tonight.
And pours 2 glasses and kind of hands you one. I'm
Okay.
just kind of like downs the first one and fills himself another glass.
Can I, like... Is there any plants in this room that I can, like, Emperor's New Groove?
There's a few plants, yeah. It's been redecorated a little bit. And we'll just say that you do it. I'm not going to make you roll. You kind of do
Thank
the
you.
turn the head, splash it back. This man's putting a couple back already, so to be frank, I'm a little worried
Actually,
about.
your name is Paul.
Downs another one.
Yeah, that's right.
Pours
That's not a good joke.
Pours his other one. I'm a bit worried for you. You're I fear that your soul is at risk. You're a bright young thing, and I see you walking around with those sorts. The one who dresses like it's the middle of the plague, and the one with that hound of hers.
Well, Father Paul, it's not very Jesus-like to judge people based on how they look.
Yeah, but
Hard look at camera.
it's very Jesus-like to look out for your flock. And to see someone like you going down the path that I fear that you are. As I said, 2 men died here, and you can't even be bothered to remember it. I can only imagine the things that you're seeing day in and day out, following those 2 around. And I can't just let it pass,
And that sounded like the beginning of a statement, not a... Is there something, like an action item that you're going to say after that, or...
A few of the sisters have suggested you maybe isolate yourself from them for a bit. Go off and join them. Learn from them. Kind of reconnect yourself with the Lord.
That's a very nice offer, but I think I'll have to decline.
It wasn't so much an offer as an ultimatum. Now, I'm looking out for your soul, but if shite like this keeps happening and you keep walking around with them, I don't very well think that I can let you walk through these doors anymore. You're risking the rest of us.
Risking what exactly?
Bringing that corruption of theirs. As I said, I look at you and I see...
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
I know what you are, and I've put up with it for some time. But I find it upon myself to do something before things get out of hand.
Hey, forgetful mind. He knows nothing.
All right.
I failed my rouse check.
That means we get to see or hear your sire. One moment. I'm stuck. I can't get out of this accent, but it's fine. I'm going to play one of the hungry ones. I think this situation, being basically threatened to be kicked out of your church, your sire's a little bit peeved. So we're going to hear one of the angrier ones.
You can't give in, but maybe just a taste. Just a taste and we'll be sated, dearie.
Fuck, even angry or still passive as hell. But I will say at this moment, this, like, threat from Father Paul, you can feel something welling up in you that normally you can keep at bay, but you just, seeing this man and this emotion, it's a little bit frightening how much you want to eat him right now. But go ahead and roll your...
I'm afraid you're mistaken. And I rolled 5 successes.
He, like, takes another drink.
You know, Father, you really shouldn't be drinking so much before it's the service.
Have we not already done that? Mistaken about what? What are you doing?
I just stopped by to take down my posters and my flyers for the missing doll. We found it. It's lovely to see you. I'm gonna leave.
You too, my dear. And you sort of leave the room. Do you grab
Let's
Travis?
go, Travis.
What? Okay. And you pull Travis aside and disappear into the night. So you are on the path to Golconda. You're having a little fling with Travis, just a cute little fling. And you have a priest that you now know, even though he can't remember the night that just happened. Definitely within his heart, he wants to either save you or remove you from the church.
I think I'll be looking for somewhere else to go to church for the meantime.
And I think at that, we're going to go on break. And when we come back, we're going to do Evelyn's epilogue and then un petit denouement to cap things off for the final episode of season 1. You're all on the screen now, by the way. I should have warned you. So we're going to be right back.
See you soon.
Bye. Okay, bye, baby.
I've been working on my Steve cosplay, and I found the perfect piece to finish it off at the costume shop. They have wigs, costumes, contacts, and they even have a cosplay section on their website for people just like me. Head on over to thecostumeshop.com/?REF tabletop tiddies to get started. That's TheCostumeshop.com, spelled ye old way. Make sure to use the code Tabletop Tiddies with double D's to get yourself $10 off at checkout. Maybe I should make a Imogen White cosplay next.
Elevate your look with Monday May's handcrafted beaded jewelry. Monday May Jewelry is an Afro-Indigenous jewelry brand that creates heirloom pieces for collectors who are excited to incorporate rich culture with sustainable, slow fashion. Each of their timeless beaded pieces are 100% handcrafted, sustainably made, and unique. Match the minimalist danglers or the everyday fringe earrings with anything in your wardrobe, or really sparkle with a pair of statement earrings from the Legacy Collection. Celebrate culture and celebrate joy at MondayMayJewelry.com.
We're back. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Imogen's eyes bleeding now because you used the power.
So I used a power.
Use the power.
Whoa.
So if you smell really hungry for some reason and there's just like a wafting, appetizing scent in the air, you'll know why. All right. Well, we have one last of the coterie. Potentially the highest of stakes at the
I'm
moment.
stressed.
I'm scared.
I'm stressed. So stressed. I would like to
believe
say
in you.
beforehand, the reason I am stressed is Rachel is very bad in social situations. Evelyn is very reserved, probably just inconvenienced and annoyed that this is happening at this point. Rachel is like, I'm gonna fuck this this up. I'm
Yeah.
gonna choose the wrong thing.
I mean, since I will say for now, I'm one of those storytellers that like if you become like overwhelmed and just want to like tell me what your character is trying to convey, we'll
I
do
will
that.
absolutely do that. I'll be like, this is what I'm trying to get across. My words are garbage, but this is what she's trying to do.
I mean, words in general are garbage. All right, say bye to everyone else.
Bye.
Bye. I was gonna make the same joke again about, hey, now that they're gone, let's talk shit about them. So as you remember, when we left you, you were in a carriage
Yes.
with the harpy, who was sort of this like incredibly well dressed, about 1820s fashion style of just like pretty minimalist, blue and tan, hair pulled back. Melinda's in this like striking crimson dress that looks like almost too ostentatious for the occasion. But after the harpy made his initial statement, he's gone into that like reserved, almost comfortable in the silence, as almost like a dominating sort of demeanor. And you can definitely tell like Melinda is like trying to be very prim and proper, but having to sit next to like the harpy, it seems a little bit like
She's sweating a little.
just a little bit, but still retaining that like proper British woman demeanor.
I would like to activate Daunt and just kind of sit back and be comfortable and just kind of vibe. And I'll sit in silence, no problem. I'll wait for somebody else to speak to me. I don't need it. I don't need to reveal anything to them right now.
As you do that and sort of like sit back lounging on your chair, you get the like supernatural sense of their dispositions sort of peaking up and becoming more ostentatious than normal, as it's just a presence off at this point.
Yeah, we're all just fucking a huge dick measuring contest right now. Oh my god.
Y'all sit in silence for basically what feels like an hour. As the carriage trots along, you can hear the loud stomps of the Clydesdales in front of you. And almost in an instant, the carriage just like stops. And the door opens and you see the assistant sort of look there and like look at you now, sort of freaked out a little bit, looks over at the other two and says, we have arrived. And you see sort of through the door of the carriage, the Victoria and Albert Museum, a large building dedicated to art and culture and various museum pieces. And it seems fully open at this point. Several people are still in attendance. It seems relatively crowded. And the harpy looks over at you and says, I'm aware that you have the capability to obfuscate your appearance. If you would, this is a bit of an elegant establishment. It would be advisable to maybe blend in with the other patrons.
Wonderful. I will do so. I will activate Unseen Passage and do that right now.
As you do that, he says, no, the other one. Mask of a Thousand Faces. Our conversation will be held in public.
Oh, how adventurous. I'll still rouse. I'll... How about this? I will rouse twice because I do want to. As I did that, I activated Unseen Pass.
All right.
Okay, we didn't pass that one.
Oh, no.
We're at least one hunger. We might get to 3.
Uh,
This could be dicey.
You feel the beast well up.
I just want to eat Melinda real bad.
Yeah. Just pure anger towards both of them.
All right, we passed the other one though.
All right.
So we're good.
So using Unseen Passage and Mask of a Thousand Faces?
Yeah, I Unseen Passage and then I Unseen
Okay.
Passage. And I'm like, oh, how adventurous. And then I like turn into just like a regular ass, like
Yeah.
high establishment bitch. I don't know.
You're still like not great looking. You basically look.
I'm not in a dress like Melinda.
No,
Let's
but
just say
for
that.
for Nosferatu specifically, when you use Mask of a Thousand Faces, like you blend in, like your dress is like nice high society and stuff, but you can see like sort of your withered fingers a little bit, and like your face is still like gnarled, but like padded with makeup now.
And I will, I assume, Storyteller, that I actually do possess gloves.
Yeah, I would say so.
I will put on gloves for this.
Yeah.
Usually I am very okay with revealing my beastly form, but for this, I will indulge them.
Mm-hmm. What I'm mostly saying is you're not
I'm
super
not-
attractive.
Which mean that's kind of what I assume they would prefer, because then these people will pay them no mind.
And
They'll be like, ew, this bitch, get away from her.
Melinda and the Harpy, who you would know is named Albrecht,
Yes.
sort of like are lifted out of the carriage, like their hands are presented, and yours is like reluctantly held by the servant. And
I mean, I don't even think I give it. I just walk myself. I'm like, I can manage. Thank you so much.
of course, call us when you're ready, sir. And they sort of drive off. As you approach the museum, as I said, it's still very active. There are several attendants of varying upper to upper middle class level, and the Harpy leads you all through the doors. You notice kind of like as he approaches, people are sort of giving him birth. Like he seems to kind of be well accepted here, and there's no sort of admission or anything as he brings the two of you through. And sort of actively is just bringing you up to paintings as you begin to talk. I believe I will be the first to address our little issue. It has become very aware to me that the two of you are pining for my position. I would prefer that we don't mix words and speak more directly. What is it that you each wish to accomplish? Evelyn, you may speak first.
Oh, shit. This is Rachel speaking. This isn't Evelyn. As you can tell, I'm not in a British accent. I was like, oh, fuck. What do I wish to accomplish, he asked me?
Yes. Why do you wish to claim my title?
Well, let's be frank, darling. It is in our blood, let's say, to want power. So let's just say that right off the bat. I don't think that's news to anyone. But when it comes to how you're doing your job and how others might do it, there has come to my attention that some things have not been paid attention to in the city. And the things I know, I think, could benefit everyone.
Would you be referring to your class? Or is there something else that you believe has slipped my grasp?
Oh, there's many things. My class, of course, might come into it. I have many eyes and ears, and I have also gotten a few in the doors of the higher echelon of life, now that I am here to let you know that. But there are a few things that I have made the prince aware about that he should have been made aware about a while ago.
Indulge me. I am interested to see what it is that you believe that you have told the prince that I have not made aware to him.
I would like to inform him about the case with the old guy at the hostel doing the fucking shit. I tell them all about it. I literally like go through and let them know we sent the letter to the prince.
The dealings of the Sabbat do not fall under my jurisdiction or even interest.
When it breaks the Masquerade, you don't think that falls under your jurisdiction?
What the Sabbat
Interesting.
does. Melinda, what is it that you wish to accomplish? Well, Olive and I have always upheld the highest degree of elegance and nobility, and, well, I believe that what you have accomplished in this city, setting a precedent for culture, could use with a bit of updating. I believe that what my wife and I bring can revitalize this city. Before we arrived, the theater district was all but dead, and it is thriving now. We have with us a thriving young talent that Evelyn is well aware of, but...
That refuses to perform for you.
Yes, you are correct. The people
Perhaps the management is not to her liking.
Perhaps the voices in her ears are not to my liking.
Oh, I don't tell her what to do with her life, or unlife, rather. She is a free woman.
Regardless, even without her little friends, we have boosted the interest in theater in the city, and I believe our residence has become a hotbed for rumors. Rumors that we keep an ear on, and have created quite a catalog of boons and going-ons. As they say, the harpy is a title that one earns. And I do wonder what Evelyn has done to earn this title.
Well, perhaps having a life boon from you and your wife is one thing.
A mistake, to be sure.
Oh, yes, I'm sure. Your wife has made many mistakes, and I'm sure you're paying for all of them, darling.
That is a note to be talked about. As you're doing this, just like casually moving from painting to painting and barely observing, what's the word? Statues and whatnot. Having a harpy who owes, I believe it's 2 at this point, as
Yes.
Miss Octavia has cashed hers in, but a harpy who owes 2 life boons to people who aren't even members of the Camarilla does seem a little bit suspicious and could be problematic. But can be erased. Being the harpy does come with its perks. I assume that neither of you speak clearly of your intentions to earn such perks. Any boons that you have made in the past could simply disappear. Anything I say goes. So, with that in mind, Evelyn, your hand grows smaller and smaller.
Don't mind me, I'm looking at my notes.
Just like the cockiest 2 Toreadors now looking at you.
Yeah. Oh, I want to throw Leon under the bus.
I will say, I think we mentioned it during the break, but you, Evelyn, would know that Leon having a child or without
Would be
informing the
more
prince is like a death
Shitty
sentence.
for him, yeah.
So throwing Leon under the bus would,
It doesn't seem like it would help me right now.
yeah.
I'm so confused as to why they're like, I mean, I obviously know why they're like conniving together against me because I'm fucking not a Toreador. I get it. It's classism. I don't know what to do. I'm confused and stressed, and I'm not sure what to do. Rachel is not sure what to do.
Yeah. I mean, you can just continue to talk and see where things go. I will say that, like, you do have a large group of, like, you have a large gang, maybe not necessarily in the, I'm going to put on my manager hat now. You've proven that you can manage a large team. And
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yes, this is true.
Whereas the Lees,
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say to them, I'm gonna roll off. I was in a conference call earlier today. I'm gonna like use some business jargon.
hell yeah.
I'm going to roll off what my friend Storyteller has just said, and say to them as they say, my hand has grown smaller. I'm like, oh, but I think it's very important. Rumors are all great and everything, but if you can have eyes and ears and control them all, I think that's where it counts, because then you can get the rumors from everywhere. And if you can control them, you can get them to do whatever it is you need. Like, perhaps, killing an Inquisition trader that rumors said I was in bed with. But turns out, I look over at Melinda, turns out you all just wanted a little bit of the spotlight, didn't you? Because I am pretty sure at this point that my rumor about them just kind of letting the Inquisition go about their business is out and about now.
Yeah.
Especially since my body was planted and the Camarilla found it.
Well, yes. Yes, you both have been making quite a lot of noise about the Inquisition lately. I am, of course, well aware of both of your positions. If I have this correct, the Lees, according to your crew, knew about the activities of a certain sect of Inquisitors showing up at a location that was deemed unfit to be the new Elysium. As you see, and he kind of gestures around, the location of the Elysium has not changed. However, I was also informed that Miss Evelyn has dealings with a former agent of the Inquisition, a Miss Octavia, I believe, who very recently has been making tools for them. We found your little corpse with weapons directly made against the kindred that seemed a bit newer than when she was embraced, I believe. Would this be correct?
I would like to try and lie and say that I have no idea. I'm not throwing Octavia under the bus.
All right, give me a let's see. You said manipulate was good, right? So
Yeah.
I'm going to let you roll manipulate and either composure or charisma. I don't know which one's better. I'm opening up
Charisma is another trait,
Right, sorry, one sec.
and so is composure. So it's going to be
Let's
either
do
persuasion
manipulate.
or subterfuge, I think.
Yeah, let's do manipulate and subterfuge.
Okay, I am also going to rouse the blood for this because, okay, we passed. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh God, one of them fucked up. Hold on. 5 successes.
perhaps her blueprints still exist out there.
Of course. She did, in fact, tell the Lees and cash in her life boon to get her former employer murdered. Of course, he probably kept all of her creations in there just so they could, keep doing what they do. Murdering us all, obviously.
Melinda sort of like perks up a little bit when you mention that she had murdered the leader of the Inquisition, as if like you've given her a hand, and Albrecht speaks up and says, yes, I was aware of that, and to be honest, the weapon is less impressive than the hand that is wielding it. And Melinda sort of like slumps down a little bit. A good political decision on your part. Regardless, I do have other questions. The night is young. And I will remind you, while we are in Elysium, to keep your blood where it is. We all know that using any sort of powers within these halls is strictly against Camarilla rules.
Other than Mask of a Thousand Faces, obviously, because you told me to do that.
I believe we used that outside.
I dropped the Mask of a Thousand Faces, and I'm like, and I give him a cheeky grin, just like, very well then.
As you do, you see all of the humans in unison, like, look at you, and then go about their business as if nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Anyways.
It's the meme face, the fucking Daenerys, like, smirk, like, thank you so much.
As I said, the night is young. A few more interesting aspects of your relationship. Melinda, I believe Evelyn is well aware that you have been disgraced enough to be kicked out of Paris.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. As well, I am sure that the Lees are well aware of the fate of your sire, if I am not mistaken.
Sorry, is this addressing me?
Mm-hmm.
This is me. Does this man know what happened to my sire?
I'm not even going to make you roll. That was the weight behind that statement is staggering.
Like, this is like he knows. All right, cool. I'm gonna like eye Melinda and see if she knows.
She seems a bit put off and shocked.
Oh, so she doesn't know.
It doesn't appear to be the case.
All right, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to assume that obviously I can't hide this from this man, but I will turn to her and go, oh, it doesn't seem she does. Well,
how unfortunate.
If you knew anything about this man, he broke the Masquerade time and time again and was a danger to all of us.
Oh, I'm aware an employee of the Camarilla does get around. And certain liberties can be held for someone with as many secrets as him. It is a shame that you have not come forward to replace him in his position and instead hunted down my title. As you know, the Nosferatu are well allowed to be knowledge keepers within the Camarilla. And if you had come forward to us with such a request, we may have allowed you to join our ranks.
Well, I keep all my own knowledge, and when someone tells me I can't have something, well, I think Melinda will know very well that something just compels me to keep at it.
Yes, a healthy rivalry, I assume. Well, I believe we are on even footing in terms of our understanding of each other.
Of course.
So, I will tell each of you that I have simply scratched the surface. And if you continue along this path, I can't be held responsible for what the prince learns. But I will also have you know that I could have you erased here tonight. Your disappearance would not go noticed. So I ask, how far down this road do you wish to travel?
Is this directed at both of us or just
Yeah,
me?
it's basically the teacher is now talking down to the class.
To both students. Is Melinda like super just not saying anything? Is she super shook?
Yeah, you can tell that she's a bit like trying. Like Melinda's also pretty like beefy, and you've seen her do feats of strength that normal humans
Sure.
couldn't do. But you also see her like kind of not shivering a bit, but like definitely is on edge now.
Okay. I will do what is necessary for the good of this city. By the way, Daunt has never been lifted.
Oh, yeah.
Dubs. Yeah.
And the Lees. I speak for both Olive and I when I say that being recently reacclimated to the community of London, I simply present my passion for the culture and elegance of the city. I don't wish to step out of bounds. I only wish to fill any roles that may have needed filling, and I will leave it at that. Evelyn. The prince likes your little coterie. You may cause messes, but you do clean a few up. I believe that is the only reason that you are still standing. I will be.
She shrugs.
I will be honest. Your desire to step outside of your station is a bit admirable, but I believe you have hit the end of the line. And if you go any further, I believe that not only will it be a problem for you, but perhaps young Imogen and Miss Octavia as well. And he sort of like stretches back, and you can see like his coat sort of like stretches a little bit, and the like seams flex just ever so slightly, and you can tell that he's basically like, we've talked, and now physical threats are on the line.
And I'm just gonna not sit there, but stand there and kind of cock my head a little bit, and I go, "Oh, you think I have what it takes to have your job. And that's why you're threatening me right now."
I believe that a Nosferatu will never hold the title of Harpy, no matter how far you push. Anything you do to me will leave a gap, one that you will never fill.
Well, perhaps I just have more work to do then.
He, does not step down from that. In fact, he, steps forward.
Of course. I don't expect anything else. I don't think I move either.
Perhaps I have not made myself clear.
Oh, no, you have.
Melinda, you may leave if you wish. It seems that Evelyn has made a choice. And Melinda, in a strange moment of camaraderie, checks on you and is like, "Are you sure?"
How do I even tell her, hey, would you back me up? I don't think I could say that in front of this man or he will attack me. So I want to kind of give her, a knowing look and, eyebrow raise. Are you in? We can work together. I don't know. I don't know how to do this.
I will ask you as a storyteller, is your intention to inform Melinda that shit is about to go down?
Yes.
Then I think...
I also would like to make known, I think I mentioned this before we started the episode, that I had informed my ghouls, by, kind of drawing them to where I was going. So, my gang knows I'm here, and I'm assuming they're outside.
All right.
Yeah.
In that case, I think Melinda sort of
we gotta end with a bang, my dudes.
Melinda sort of outstretches a bit, puts her hand on your shoulder, to make almost in that way of we should probably back down. Are you 100% sure? And you give that little knowing shoulder nudge, and you feel just grip on your shoulder for a moment.
Yeah.
And I'm going to... This is basically a moment of oh, fuck. Sure, let's put fucking fire
It's in an Elysium, too! Fuck!
I'm going to have this moment basically be, still, and I will let you do the first action.
Well, I would like to make my gang aware that shit's about to go down and they should,
Hop
help.
in.
And then what I would like to do is use, activate Unseen Passage and Vanish, because I can do it while being directly observed that way.
All right.
And that's what I would like to start off with, because I feel like as long as I am seen, I don't have the upper hand here.
Yes.
So, and then I'm gonna try to dodge out of the way and then stabby stab.
All right.
Or something, because I feel like I'm about to get stabby stabbed.
Is there a rouse for Vanish?
Yes.
All right, give me that rouse.
Unseen Passage does. I believe Vanish just means I can activate any of these under direct observation.
Yeah.
So, that is a fail. So we are at 3.
You hear the beast well up. It says, think of the power we could get from him. If we live, devour him. And you vanish.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea. For once in your life, you actually have not a bad idea.
As you do, you notice something. He does not take his eyes off you.
Of course.
As you begin to move, it's almost like the Justice League Superman looking at the Flash as he turns to look directly at you.
Oh, while I'm vanishing?
Yeah, and it seems that he is still able to see
He's sensing
you.
the fucking unseen. I kind of figured he might.
And both him and Melinda are going to take a swing. She's going to swing at him, and he is going to swing at you.
Okay, I would like to dodge.
All right, give me a...
Kind of my thing.
give me a Dex and Athletics.
Okay, I'm going to rest the
Oh, God, you're going to frenzy in the middle of Elysium,
No,
aren't you?
I got a critical success on
Okay.
that one, so we're good. So we can add 2 more dice to this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dex and Athletics?
Yep. 1 sec. I got to get all these dice.
Yeah, there's a lot of dice. Holy fuck. There are 10s, my dudes.
Ooh.
There are 3 10s to be exact. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes.
Fuck.
Please don't do more than that. Please.
Do I have him use willpower is the thing. I think I am. He really wants to hit you. He
I
knows
don't
that
want this.
you're snaky, so if he doesn't get a couple good hits right away, you're gonna disappear. All right. I got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What did you get?
I got 9 as well.
Oh shit. So he's going to swing, fully not dodging Melinda. So he's going to take whatever she gets, and like connects with you. Just as Melinda, like, you've seen her like heft her wife up with no problem, and you
Yeah.
see her just like connect jaw, and you see it like snap a little bit, to the side.
Yeah.
And he basically like no sells it as his fist connects with you, but just like pulled back too much to actually do damage.
Cool.
Um,
Can I... his fist is there. Can I take a swing at him with my sword or like stab him?
yes, you can.
Cool.
It is also about this time that your ghouls will notice that shit is going down, and
Yeah. They'll be like, oh, fuck.
several of your gang members like start breaking through windows and like making their way in. And as they do, you notice that all of the all the humans in the museum like straighten up and turn to your gang members who are coming into the museum, and they begin to take action against
Oh,
them.
boy. Well,
You get the
That's
impression that
unfortunate.
Albrecht had them all under some sort of sway.
amazing.
But you're going to
Well-
try to swipe at him.
Yeah. So that'll be a melee. I'm assuming dex and melee or strength and
Dex
melee?
and melee, yeah. With your fencing specialty,
How many dice do I add for that?
1.
1? Okay. So let's do...
But you did recently rouse your dex, so make sure to keep adding the 2 for your dex.
So that's dex, melee. Oh, so it's the same amount of dice that I was rolling before. Amazing. That's so many dice. Holy shit, there's another 3 10s. What the fuck?
Jesus.
8.
Wow. You're gonna you slice his hand, and it sort of like comes off of its hinges a little bit as you basically
Ooh.
like, swipe through, and it becomes like limp. Green Room, if anyone's seen that, basically.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I should. I've heard it's really good.
And Melinda is going to attempt to grapple him. Basically, like, around the waist at this point.
Damn.
She succeeds, but he's going to take his other hand that is not currently severed and attempt to, like, grab her by the head and, like, flip her over him. I don't need to roll. You're the one that's got to roll.
Towards me?
Yeah.
Flip her towards me? Okay, well, I'd like to dodge.
Okay.
Her full body.
Yeah, I will say that since his intention is not to, like, hit you with her, you're able to
it's
dodge
not?
the side, and she, like, flips her over his shoulder.
Cool.
your gang is now like in melee with the members of the museum.
This is not gonna be good to explain.
I'm curious, based on your conversations with them, how likely is your gang to go for murder versus like subdue?
For civilians that aren't people who are attacking me specifically, they would know that I would be very upset if they were to murder people without like checking in with me.
All right.
So
Then it is they're going to try their danged best not to kill anyone.
yeah. Like, Tanita, don't you fucking do it! Don't you do it, bitch!
The harpy, you're gonna see him like, now that Melinda is on the ground, he's gonna like focus and sort of like reposition his hand back onto his wrist, and like you see the tendons and stuff begin to re-heal up.
I want to chop it off so bad.
He looks
chop it off.
He looks at you and he's going to bare his fangs and basically like scream at you. And I'm going to need a resolve and composure, I believe. Yes.
Resolve and
They are both attributes.
composure. Damn. Okay. 4 successes.
All right. You feel that he is attempting to make you frenzy, but you manage just to resist it.
Nice.
But he is like now in full like feral Toreador mode, and is going to lunge at you.
Dodge.
All right. Give me another Dex and Athletics.
All these dice. 6.
Oh, he's rolling worse now. Fuck, I'm gonna make him.
Use all your willpower. Use it all. Or wait, don't, because you roll bad.
Wait.
I don't have anything that's gonna make you willpower.
I got
roll,
7.
Damn it.
So
Okay.
he's going to lunge at you and basically like hit you in the chest.
Okay.
And you are like knocked back. You take 1 point of aggravated damage. As
Aggravated. Okay.
it feels almost like getting hit in the chest with like a steel beam or something.
Okay. I would also. I guess I'll activate lethal body at some point because that's probably important. I haven't.
You would know that lethal body only works against
I guess
humans.
humans. Yeah. Never mind. It doesn't matter.
He is specifically using one that works against kindred.
Right. Makes sense.
And just more melee. What are your next intentions?
I think at this point, since he's already hit me and I didn't dodge, I'll just take another swing at him.
All right. You're just trying to like fence his hand away.
Yeah, I actually, you know what? No, I want to try to like stab him in the chest. I'm gonna
right.
like forward strike. So yeah, anytime he tries to hit me, I want to try to dodge. Anytime I have a moment to try to attack this man, I would like to try to attack. Is basically where I'm at.
As you go to lunge, he's going to grab one of the humans that are in the middle of battle and pull them in front of him.
Oh, that dick.
So you can pull your swing or try to roll and see if you can still hit through the human or like around the human, basically.
I want to see if I can try to aim it up at his face then.
All right. Go ahead and roll Dex and melee.
I have a lot of dice, so. Oh, there's 2 10s. Cool. Sweet. Hold on. 1, 2. So that's 2. Another 8.
All right. You manage. You're a precise fencer. So, as he like whips this human in front of him, you manage to dodge around and basically reach and stab him right, basically like slicing his jugular.
Sweet. So much blood everywhere.
If he had a pulse, blood would be
like,
everywhere.
Yeah.
But you like slice and basically leave this slit. Melinda is going to like leap up off the ground. Fighting in this elegant of a gown is not that great, so you can see it like tearing as she's making movements.
We can help her get another one. It's fine.
Is going to basically like punch him in the spine. And as he does, he kind of reels back and does like a massive like roundhouse and like hits her back down. And she sort of like dodges, gets hit, and his fist like brushes over her, and you can hear like a loud crack, and then slams into the ground, and you can see the cement of the museum basically like crack underneath his fist.
No, he angry.
Yeah. At this point, like you can see like humans have started to go unconscious, and there's some blood around as well. And things are looking all right for you. He seems to be still in full like rage.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like to be stopping.
No.
So you feel that if you go forward, you may be able to accomplish what you're trying to do.
Yeah, totally.
All right. So what we're going to do is basically this like full on 2v1 brouhaha is happening. The museum is now just like covered in splashes of blood as your gang is trying their best. A few of them have actually been taken out. You see like a couple of your lesser ganged ghouls like impaled on like Spartan swords on
Yikes.
sculptures and stuff. Like people have basically like had their faces.
Is William okay? I hope William hasn't actually. I feel like William is smart enough to be like, I'm not very smart. I'm not very strong, Mom.
I'll say with your wits and awareness level, in the middle of combat, you are able to like, you see that like William is kind of like not going directly into melee and is sort of doing the like ducking and like finding people who are in the middle of a fight and like bludgeoning the back of their legs and stuff like
Cool.
that.
Amazing. Good boy.
Amber is just full on swinging a cricket bat at people.
Yeah. Has Tanita released the bees?
Tanita is
the
not
question.
here. You don't see her.
That's interesting. Good to know. Cool. I'm gonna be like, where the fuck were you, stupid bitch?
So what I'm gonna do is give me 2 rolls. Give me a Dex and Athletics, and then give me a Dex and Melee using your rapier, and this will basically determine how the like midpoint of the fight goes.
So literally the same amount of dice each time.
Yeah, roll those dice twice.
That's a 7 for the first one, the Dex and Athletics.
All right.
I have to write that down. I'm gonna write it in a chat because I'm gonna forget. 7 Dex in Athletics, and then the Dex and Melee. I'm gonna go ahead and use a willpower on that one. Hold, please.
Oh boy.
We're not terrible, but I want to be great, you know? Move all of my good dice out of the way so I don't hit them. Please. Thank you. Sorry, hold on.
It's all right. I've done
So
all
that's
my
a-
rolls.
That's a 9. That's
Ooh.
a 9 for, yeah.
All right. So basically what happens is you, Melinda, and Albrecht are like dueling in the middle of this crowd of chaos that's going around. And you're exchanging blows. You're managing to dodge quite well. And like you're cutting parts of Albrecht off as he is basically like still rage moding, trying to fight you off. In a very familiar scene to you, you find yourself on the roof of the museum. Sort of,
Wow, we've gone up here now. We're not inside anymore. The people are safe.
fully like going through all of the floors of this museum to the top. Melinda is like nursing several broken bones. Like her right arm is like basically hanging at this point.
We can fix it. We
and
can do
has
it. It's fine.
she's looking pretty bad
Yikes.
on the verge. But so is Albrecht. You in the battle have taken you got 7 and 9, you said?
Yes.
3 points of aggravated damage.
Okay.
And you find
Be
yourself
worse.
now on the roof. Albrecht's arm completely severed off in the final moments of this fight.
Can I chuck his arm off the building?
We'll say you have done that.
Okay, cool. I don't want him to try to reattach it.
As you throw it, you see it just like burst into dust, basically.
Amazing.
And he's standing there on the museum roof. As I said, Evelyn, if you remove me, there's a gap you will never fill.
I didn't do this. You did. And
I gave you
will.
every option to back down. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm just gonna take him out. Fuck it.
All right.
Yeah.
He is
I'm over it.
full on going to attempt to lunge at you and
Yeah, of course he
hit
is.
you as well.
Of course. Well, I would expect nothing less from somebody who's about to die.
So this will be a since you are not dodging to attack him, this will be a straight dex and melee versus his strength and brawl.
Yeah. Please don't fuck me. I'm gonna use a willpower again. 'Cause fuck it, this seems really fucking important.
All right.
Okay. Move dice. I do not wish to harm you.
Mental math.
Successes, please. Oh, fuck yeah, bud. Okay. That's another 9, my dudes.
Okay, 1 sec. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Willpower roll.
Please, no. Please, no.
8, 9, 10.
No! Is Melinda out? Is
Uh,
Melinda out? Can she do something?
Melinda is currently out.
Fuck.
But as you lunge your rapier forward, you get clocked in the side of the face. And you said you did 9?
Yeah.
Take 1 point of aggravated damage.
Okay, that's fine. I'm in. I'm still in. I still have 2 points of health.
I'm just trying to see if.
Like, at this point, there's no point in me trying to not just go for another swing, so... It's like, I'm either gonna go, like, die or go into torpor, or... Like, if I leave, I'm disgraced and can never show my face to the Camarilla again, so I have to straight up, like, kill this man before he tries to humiliate me.
On the contrary, as his fist like connects with the side of your head, he continues the push and sort of like knocks you aside. Mm-hmm. And as you turn your head, he is gone.
Fucker.
Leaving you, Evelyn, standing on the roof of the Elysium, very badly, several bones broken. You can hear your usual Nosferatu crack is much worse. Melinda Lee now lying very close to torpor on the roof next to you. And the harpy has fled. Is there anything you wish to do?
Guess I'll help Melinda.
Kind of thought maybe you would kill her.
I see someone I can use to my advantage. Yeah, I think maybe... Fuck.
This is your moment. It's up to you. Don't let me.
There's so much XP if you eat her.
Yeah, you get a shit ton of XP if you diablerize her, or it's up to you.
Newbie vamp here. What are my options?
So okay.
Like, really?
So if you, I don't know what your hunger at is right. You're at 4.
I'm at 3. I
Okay.
don't think I failed a 4th. Yeah.
So you could conceivably give her one of your hunger to help her heal, and she could heal enough to get out of this situation. Mm-hmm. If you fed on her, you could potentially diablerize her, which would either result in you getting a shit ton of XP, gaining her powers, going down a generation, becoming more powerful, or her taking over your body if you fail to diablerize her good enough. So it's up to you.
I think I'm gonna feed her.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're going to leave as Evelyn bends down, presents her wrist, and Melinda begins to feed in her weakened state, and almost as like a peer bonding, does not go any further than just as she needs to to keep herself alive. Mm-hmm. And we are going to cut away from that. Mm-hmm. Back to the IOU. Again,
I was also gonna offer if she wanted, Imogen could probably heal her, but that's...
Yeah, that'll happen another day.
Yeah, okay.
Back at the IOU, a lot has happened. We find the coterie in their various spaces of self-reflection and peace. And the bureau is calm. Travis, not having any cases to work on, sort of has tidied up a little bit. We see Imogen tending to the garden, Octavia sort of getting all of her occult whatnot together. Evelyn checking in with her gang to make sure that everyone is alive still.
More the fuck Tanita is.
Lost a couple members. And Travis settles in behind the desk, content with the cleaning that he's done. He sort of looks up at Imogen sheepishly, and then looks back. Opens up a drawer in the desk and pulls out a package that he had ordered for himself, and sort of unties the manila wrappings, and there's a book sitting on the desk entitled Bram Stoker's Dracula. And that's where we're gonna leave it for this season.
Oh boy! He knows something.
Oh boy.
It's it's a new book, y'all. It's hot off the presses. Anyways, that's the end of season 1. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you to all the coterie. You did amazing, especially for being the first time playing vampire for a lot of you. This has been an
I still don't know how to play this game.
Yeah, me neither.
Same. I was asking so many questions. I was like, what do I do?
So I need some housekeeping.
Yeah, some housekeeping would be good.
Housekeeping. The easiest way to support Tabletop Tiddies is to become a patron at patreon.com/Tabletop Tiddies. You can also check out all of our merch at tabletoptiddies.threadless.com. We've got some sales coming up for the holiday season and for Black Friday, so be sure to keep an eye out on that. And make sure you're following us on social media to stay up to date. If you tweet using the hashtag TTTiddies, you might get an NPC named after you on one of our shows. This one is over for this season. But get your name in for next season.
Yeah, we need some names. Give us your name.
Give it to us.
Give it to us. You don't own it anymore. It's ours now.
It is now. Our next stream is
Emily suffer every year.
Bears.
Our next stream is Tuesday night at 7 p.m. PST. That is Into the Revelia, our D&D show. Definitely check that out. All of this information can be found on our website, which is www.tabletoptiddies.com. I also want to mention that at the end of the season, so after Into the Revelia is done as well, we will be doing a Q&A episode that is for the season, not just that show. So keep an eye out, or if you want to start sending in questions now, totally do that. You can send them to our email at tabletoptiddies@gmail.com. You can DM us on social media, whatever you like to do, to send us some questions for our Q&A episode that will be at the end of this month. I don't know how many episodes we have left in Revelia. It's all a blur.
I think it'll be the first week of December, the Q&A.
I think that's when I think it's like the crossover week. So I think it's the 30th of November.
Wait, are we doing a Q&A for this as well, or is it mixed?
It's all merged.
It's mixed.
Okay,
it's
good.
all together. It's a season 2 Tiddy Q&A.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So you can send in your questions now. We will also have some exciting announcements at that Q&A, so you're definitely going to want to check into that and tune in.
Mm-hmm.
Hard
yeah.
wink.
Hell yeah.
I blinked both eyes when I said hard wink.
Yeah, you gotta leave at least one open.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
before we go, I also want to give an extra special shout out to Vampy McVamperson for creating that lovely art that we saw during the stream today. Thank you so much. You can follow them on Instagram at @V_McVamperson. Check out their fantastic art. Lots of vampire stuff and other things as well. Thank you for the drawing.
Yay!
Yeah.
And stick around because I'm gonna find someone to raid.
Woo woo.
Pay it forward. All right, see you
Bye-bye.
next
See you on Tuesday.
season.
See you next season, and then on Tuesday for D&D. There, didn't know where I was going.
Why
is it so quiet?
My brain couldn't decide between D&D or Into the Revelia, and then I couldn't do it.
Stutter.
I froze completely.
All right, bye.
Please turn off the stream. Bye.